Okay, so today we're going to be looking at this TP-Link Wireless N outdoor access point. It's an EAP110 outdoor, and yes, there's a bit of a story behind this, but I have no phone coverage at home for the mobile, so I tend to do wireless calling, and when I'm out in the garden I need a signal, so wireless calling, Wi-Fi in the garden, this is it. Right, inside the box it's pretty standard, as you can see. There's installation guide, warranties. Now this is the main bit of it. It's white, which is great if you're going onto the side of a white building. As you can see, the aerial points on the top. The bottom bit is where the Ethernet goes into. This is a PPoE power over Ethernet device, so no separate power supply. Those are the aerials that screw onto the top. That's the power cable. As you can see, it's a standard cloverleaf. It's a bit small, but being a cloverleaf, you can use another one. Here's the PoE unit, power over Ethernet unit. Yeah, it's pretty vanilla, pretty standard. So one of those is the input, one is the output. Right, usual just sort of sorted mounting pieces and rule plugs that they have there. They're not great rule plugs, are they? But anyway, and some fairly heavy duty straps there, so that's not too bad. It's a price point here, it was £45 from Amazon, so look for about that. Right, I've set it up temporary in the room next door, because there's no point setting it up outside, because you'll just get cold. So it's got to stretch all the way down there. So anyway, right, as you can see, we're setting this up on Windows 11. So as it's set up, you'll see it in your wireless networks. So we're going to connect to it, and don't worry about the security warning. There we go, we're connected. So TP-Link EAP.net is what you want to put in your browser, and the username and password here, the default ones are admin and admin, but we're going to change those in a moment so they're not insecure, and that's the first thing we do on the next page. So as you can see, set up new account, so we're going to put a new username in, a new password, and confirm the password. Don't forget, make a note of those. So yeah, I've blurred out the username and the password you can't see. Right, so now we need to set up the SSID, the Wi-Fi name and the password for it. So you can put anything in here and also write it down. So I shall blur out the password there, save that. Now applying, I've speeded that bit up because it's quite boring, but yeah, that's just putting the settings into the device. Now I've connected to the new wireless network, so now what we've got to do is connect to the network that we've just created. So hey, there it is, T in the garden. Put in your code. Most of my networks are based on T puns. I'm British, so I like tea. Right, so tick the box, finish. Now this takes you to the page actually inside the device. This is where you manage it from. You can download an app, but I don't know about you, but I've got enough useless apps on my phone. So it's really pretty vanilla, just for standard Wi-Fi in your garden. You don't need to do much. You can put additional SSIDs in, and you go to the add button there, and just fill in the blanks. It's pretty straightforward. Right, so we're going to speed test it now. I tend to use speed test, and I will throughout this, because then it's a consistent result. So our control is 45 meg per second. Now it's got to get that far. That's how long this has got to stretch. Those are the 2 access points I've got at the moment, and this is the distance it's got to cover. So we need to put this up to create just 1 access point. So there it is. I've just put it there temporary now, because there's no point putting it up until we're certain that it actually works. Okay, so that's the setting we're getting at the moment from it. So 27, that's not too bad as a real world example. Right, in the bag, keep hold of that. You'll need that in a minute. Now all I'm doing is just setting the mounting point up onto a bit of wood so I can attach it to the side of the shed. So that L-shaped bit there, that's the release bar for it. So you press that in and the bit slides out. See, it slides in there. Yeah, and it's fixed in. To get it out, press that L-shaped bit and it pulls out. So there we go. Putting the Ethernet cable in, pretty straightforward. You know, we've all plugged an Ethernet cable in before. Now that little bit there, which I said to keep hold of earlier, that just keeps the weather out the bottom of the device. Yeah, it's a bit of a fiddly job, but yeah, it's easily achievable. Yeah, pop it in there. Yeah, make sure it's all nice and secure. Yeah, pop the bit there back on, slide it up into place, and make sure it slides in and clicks properly. There. And that's it, screwed to the side of the shed there. Now I've tied a bit of plastic around the top just to dull it down a bit. It helps control those 2 cameras. There's 2 wildlife cameras there. This is the PoE unit in place. Green light, PoE and LAN. Obviously LAN is the input, PoE is the output. So that's it. It's that straightforward. It is really easy to do. So that's the distance we've covered. That is about 80 meters in real life, and it's producing 27.21 meg on a speed test. In that distance, 80 meters. So I'm pretty happy with that. You need a minimum of about 6 to pick up live TV, and that's all I need it for. Just a bit of TV in the garden, bit of internet, bit of calls.